Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we are joining in a collaboration with Devine from Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool, and we are going to be talking about some of our very favorite read aloud books. One of my absolute favorite things to talk about is books, and so I was really excited about the topic of this video today, and I'm simply going to share our top 5 favorite read aloud books or series that we have used over the past 6 years of homeschooling, and these have been at different points in our journey of homeschooling for different reasons, and I'll share a little bit about those things as I go along. There have been other favorite books that I have read myself, that I have read with Easton, that I have read with Zoe, but these are simply books that we have read aloud together as a group that have stuck out to me and that just warm my heart when I think of them or pick them up. And they're, some of them are ones that the kids continually ask to read again. I don't have to ask them to sit and read, they ask me to sit and read. So I will share those as we go along. And again, today I'm only sharing our top 5 to try to keep this video not too long. I will link the playlist in the description box, so go check that out after you've watched my video, and you can see some other moms posting their favorite read aloud book videos as well, and maybe you'll come up with some fresh ideas of some new books or series to try. I'm excited to watch it as well. I always love learning about new types of books and things that interest me. And I must say that I have many on the shelf that we have yet to read. So again, I'll link that playlist down below. So go ahead and check that out after you're done watching my video. So my number 1 to share is our favorite, I should say the family's favorite Bible pick to read that is good for everyone to understand and just remember would be this version, the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd Jones. It is so beautiful. I love the wording of it. I love the pictures inside. It is just such a beautiful example of many of the Bible stories that we all know, that our children know, and we will use this shortly for Easter in the next coming weeks. Our Easter reading plan will go along with the stories and timeline in this one, and we read from the Bible every single morning, and we typically just use my NIV translation. We have used almost daily this year, but this one is just such a beautiful option when I need an option for the girls to maybe be a little more engaged with. Eden loves this one. Eden is my youngest, and she loves this one because of the colors and the pictures, and it just really captures her attention. So this is my absolute top pick for a children's Bible. Again, the Jesus Storybook Bible written by Sally Lloyd Jones. And then probably my all-time favorite book series that we have read so far, and I don't know that I will ever have one top this favorite just because of the sentimental value of it to me, would be the Boxcar Children. We have read so many of these. We have not read any for a little while now, but this is probably my all-time favorite series to read ever. I even at some point encouraged Easton to pick up, we got to this is number 6, and we got as high as I think 32 one year. We read through 32 of them, and I had encouraged him to go ahead and continue it without me. He was like, no, I can't do that. So we haven't read any for a while, but whenever we talk about this series, the kids get so excited to think about reading further. And if you are looking for a pretty easy read, a very clean read, I love the sibling relationships among the children in this book. They are so kind and helpful. They love each other. It's just such a wonderful, heartwarming family to follow along with. So if you have never read any of the Boxcar Children, I highly, highly recommend this series for you and for your children. And I would say number 3 for me is the Little House series by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Most of you are familiar with this. I have had this series on our bookshelf for a few years now, and we had yet to start it until this year. In co-op, Easton and Zoe, my oldest two, are going through a Little House on the Prairie literature class, and they have loved it so much. And they read a little bit in class each week, but then they are also assigned reading portions when they come home for the week until they go back the next week. And we typically pull it up on YouTube and we listen to it all together, and we just sit there and we listen and we just learn about her family, and we've followed along. I think we're on book number 5 or 6 now. I'm not quite sure, but we've read through all of the first couple. And it has just been so neat to hear about her family and her life growing up. We've also been watching the series on Amazon Prime, which I watched when I was a young girl. I never read the books when I was little, but I did watch the show, and it just captured my attention every single time we would watch with my parents. And the kids have really thoroughly enjoyed, all of them have enjoyed listening, reading, and watching this series. I can say that this will be one of the series that will go down as one of my very favorite that we ever read together. And when I'm 80 years old and I'm sitting in my rocking chair on the porch, I will have fond memories of the times that I spent reading this with my kiddos. And my number 4 pick, I do not have the actual physical copy of the book. It was included in our 4th reader for Easy Peasy, 4th level, and that would be Heidi by, I believe it's Johanna Spyri. I don't think I'm saying her name correctly, but that would have to be another top pick for us that we read. I believe it was 2 years ago. We read that one as a family, and we read it out loud all together. And that is just such a beautiful, heartwarming story. And again, then we went on and watched the movie on Amazon Prime. And I think, again, that will be one that I always, and that the kids always remember growing up. So that's definitely in our top pick. And then the very last one that I have to show today is our current read aloud that is a very favorite of my children. And that is Heaven is for Real by Todd Burpo. And this is a true story of a little boy's trip to heaven and back. This has been really fascinating. I've heard the story many years. I saw the movie for the first time a few years ago. The girls just watched the movie with me again. And then I picked this up off the bookshelf at church in our mom's room, and I decided to bring it home and thought that the kids would enjoy reading the actual story, comparing the difference between the book and the movie. And I must say the book has it's been amazing. It's been more detailed than the movie. And of course, some things in the movie they kind of fabricated that weren't really the storyline as far as what actually happened. But this has really been a great book to read. We are almost finished. And this is the one that the kids every single day, every single night, every single morning, can we read Heaven is for Real? Can we read Heaven is for Real? So they have really, really, really enjoyed this one. So definitely recommend this book if you have not read it. So that's going to be my top 5 favorite read alouds that we have done over the years in different seasons for different reasons. And again, I'm sure there's others that I'm not thinking of at the moment, and I will probably have more that pop up in the next coming years. But for now, those are the 5 that I wanted to share with you. If you have read any of these or you have any further recommendations for me, please tell me down below. I would love to hear from you, love to hear your opinion. And again, I will link that playlist down below, so hop on down and check out the playlist. Go say hello to Davine and Shauna. I will link their channels down below as well. Thank you both for hosting. Thank you all for being here if you popped on today to watch, and we will talk very, very soon.